How I helped win World War II. When I tired of working in the Special Services Office of the Brooklyn Army Base, where I catered to Army personnel, I decided to join the Navy and be on the receiving end of all the benefits I dispensed. The U.S. Navy welcomed me at Hunter College in the Bronx, where I received naval orientation along with my uniform, etc. I was introduced to a bunk bed, marching, saluting, and asking for permission to come aboard or go ashore. After 6 weeks, I was allowed to return to my tenement home to advise my family that I was shipping out to an unknown destination. Along with numerous shipmates, I boarded a train that traveled through Canada and mid-U.S. and finally unloaded us to a small platform in the middle of nowhere. Eventually, we were transported to a college dorm in Stillwater, Oklahoma, for more orientation. As yeomen, we had to perfect our skills on the typewriter and learn the proper terminology for naval office procedures. However, there were some perks. Other parts of the college housed Army personnel receiving officer training, who were invited to our recreation room after supper for dancing and socializing. I latched on to a fellow from Ohio named Tom Cartwright, who was somewhat shy, and together we investigated all the USO sites, churches, and everything that offered entertainment. When I was graduated, we took off for Oklahoma City for a weekend with scores of other military personnel with those bottles in brown bags that were so common in the dry state of Oklahoma. Although I had requested assignment to either Florida or California, I was delivered to the Philadelphia Navy Yard and assigned to the same duties I had performed for the Army, Special Services. Nevertheless, the perks were there that I was billeted in a suite at the Benjamin Franklin Hotel, along with 3 other recruits. We had maid service, so we were not subjected to those white glove inspections of our rooms, and a telephone operator woke us up each morning. My shipmates were all from Pennsylvania. One, Isabel, was very proper and kept us in line, while another was adventurous enough to date religious personnel of other faiths. And Emily, who was assigned to the night shift in communications, would often awaken us at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning to don our raincoats and join her for pancakes in the coffee shop next to the hotel. We had no mess hall, so we sampled all the famous restaurants in Philadelphia. However, all this ended when my youngest sister was afflicted with peritonitis and confined to a hospital in Brooklyn for months. My mother requested the Navy to reassign me to New York, where I was billeted in my old tenement apartment. The perk here was that with Navy influence, we were able to get a telephone in our apartment rather than relying on messages from the corner drugstore, which had phone booths. However, upon rereading the above account, it sounds rather flip to me. Although I chose to wear a uniform and put myself at the disposal of the military service, in reality, I made no greater sacrifice than the ordinary U.S. citizen during this time of emergency. I supported our troops as a civilian as much as I did when I joined their ranks.